Another thing that someone, I think a couple of people mentioned, is they're curious about the animation system. So again, we won't be going into details since the games we're creating doesn't actually have characters, but I'll just give you a quick overview of how that works. Let's start a new scene. And let's grab a character from the asset store. I know there are, I think the Spartan King is free, and pretty sure it comes with animations, so let's use that one. Okay, so type in Spartan King and click on this. And yes, it comes with 11 animations, so we can use this as an example. Click on import. Imported. Okay, and then we can close out asset store. Let's see what. Okay, here, Spartan King. So we have this folder added to our project, and you can see this character here called Spartan King, and it's a .fbx file, which is a file format for 3D models. Okay, so very similar to what we've been doing. We drag this object into the hierarchy or the scene. Okay, so let's put that character there. You can see that it's here. Don't worry about these for now. Let's focus on him. Right. So there's our character. I'm also going to add a light so we can see a little bit better. Okay, and I'm going to move this out of the way. Okay, now you have this character here, and usually when you have a character set up, you will, once you import a character, that's coming back here. Go back to your FBX file, and I'm assuming that if you want to have animations, you have some working knowledge of 3D animations and 3D modeling, 3D art in general. So you go to your FBX file, or this could be any sort of files from Maya or 3ds Max or even Modo, Blender or whatnot. You can drag any of those file formats in here and it will work. And you have all these different settings when you import the model. And scale factor is good for matching up the different scale systems in different software. So if I change this here, you'll see that the character will instantly scale up and down because of this. But what we want to pay attention to is animations. So click on animations, and then you'll see a ton of animations that came with this model. Right. So there are various different ways you can import animations. But let's say you have a model with animations properly imported. Now in the game scene, you have this character. You will also want to add an animation component, right? Now this asset is directly from the asset store, and this is set up for you. If you grab something that's just a model, it doesn't have these components, you can always go to add component, do search animation, and do that. I can't add that right now because it's already there, but that's how you would add it if you don't have this. And there is always a default animation. If you click on that button again, it'll show you all the animations available. And usually you want the default to be the idle animation. And let's just give this a try. It says give this a try. It says play automatically. Yes, we want it to play automatically. So when the game starts, so we haven't explored this yet, but this is how you start the game, right? You can see that the character now is playing an idle animation. And I don't know if you noticed, but the animation is only played once and then it stopped. Now let's go back to the animation and see why that was the case. Okay, now go to animations, wrap mode, and then let's go change this to loop. So what that means is you'll continue to loop the animation, or just continue playing the same animations over and over again. There are different ways you can wrap the animation. Ping pong means it goes from the first frame to the last, and then from the last frame back to the first, and then sort of keeps doing that. But that's make that looping just for now. Usually you want to do this separately from the import, but just for our purpose right now, you can see that. Okay, now he's going to have the animation not looping. Okay, let's see where we went wrong there. Click on this again. Okay, let's change this back to default. And let's just click on this idle animation clip and see what we can do here. Right, click on the animation. Okay, let's change this to loop on the animation clip. Apply, and here you can sort of adjust the loop, but let's not worry about that. Okay, try that again. Okay, now you can see that he is looping, not perfectly. There's a problem towards the end, but let's not worry about that. So that's the idle animation, and then you have in this animation component, you have this animations array, and you can decide how many animations you want to have on this character. And here on this particular setup, it's got 12 different animations, and when you are creating the interactions, you can call different animations, and this character will go and act it out. So let's preview some of the other animations. Let's just set them as default, and then you can see this character doing different things. All right, so that was an attack animation. And I'm pretty sure you can also preview animations here by clicking on these. The model here. So I don't know if you catch that, but before it said no model is here for the preview, so we just drag this model in here, and then you can see now you can preview animations here. That's his charge animation. So that's a quick overview of animations, and if you have more questions, post them in the forum and I'll try to answer them as quickly as possible. But for our games, we won't be using this system, and actually we can spend an entire course on this, which I'm not going to go into too much detail this time. But feel free to ask questions and I will try to answer as quickly as possible.